Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here with me, and thank you so much for being patient. I have finally moved. I'm in my spot, and so I'm just really hopeful that this is not my home. So this isn't my new home. This is my temporary spot until I move into a home in a couple of months. I'm at my dad's old house. That's kind of packed up. But anyway, thank y'all for being here with me and everything, and I really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's jump into the episode of Queen Sugar, season 6, episode 6. Y'all, Queen Sugar's so good show. So Charlie's talking to Davis. It starts off with her flirting with Davis and basically him showing her his little body, they being freaky and stuff. And let me just tell you something, I'm working on my body too, because my being in Mississippi is not healthy, especially in Bassfield where I'm at. Very country, and they don't have not any ounce of healthy anything here. And then in this home that my dad has me in, there's no kitchen. I got a microwave, so I gotta go and buy me some like healthy microwave. But then y'all, it is a mess. But anyway, we switch over. We see Charlie, Nova, and Aunt Vi. They kicking it at the house, and they discussing how Charlie basically how she has shifted with David. So she's talking about him more now. She's more giddy, and they say like this is even more than when she was married to him. So that's interesting. That says a lot right there, because that lets me know that you have changed, he has changed. And she talked about how she feels like it's different now because she's no longer trying to please someone and have an image and trying to be perfect. She's free. Let me tell you something, y'all. Before you get into any relationship with anyone, you need to be comfortable enough with self. That's what she meant when she said she's free. She's finally comfortable with herself. She's her fully. That is the best thing you can do for yourself, and that's the best thing you can be, is fully free. So I'm very happy for Charlie Bartolone in that, and as well as Davis West. So they discuss self-care because of their spa day, and talking about self-care, let me tell you something. Self-care is one of the most important things, again, one of the most important things that someone can do for themselves. You have to take care of yourself. No one is going to do that for you, and you cannot expect someone to do that. You have to learn to take care of yourself so you could be a better version for you, which will make you then better for someone else, which then makes you better if you have children, for your children. You got to take care of you first. Always important. I know I have to tell myself that, and I'm going to do that Sunday. Sunday's going to be my self-care day this week, because I got to write a report tomorrow for somebody, but you got to do self-care. Anyway. So we then we see Ralph Angel, and Darla. They're kicking it at the pool. Y'all, I try to say Ra, but that just don't feel right to me. I just need to say Ralph Angel. And they're talking, and they discuss potential disappointment. How, they feel like they disappointed one another in some type of way. And I just appreciate those type of conversations, because that's necessary, because your partner is not always going to be one thing people have to understand is your partner is not going to always be on point. There's sometimes where your partner is going to disappoint you, and you have to know how to communicate through that and handle it. And I thought they did a beautiful job. Charlie meets with she has to run off. They go back. Charlie got to run because she had an emergency meeting, and they basically talk about the Gayle King interview and how they no longer want her to run for a state senator. At first she was getting upset, like, y'all want progressive people, y'all, and they like, calm down. We actually want you to run for Congress. She's like, and I'm like, yes, girl, make an impression. Let me tell you something. Getting in front of a story is always a smart thing, because you take control of your own narrative. Now, I'm not saying lie, but taking control of your own narrative is important. So we flip over. We see that Nova's taking the weekend off. She's like, you know what, girl, I'm going to enjoy my day. She take the weekend off, and what happened? Here come the police with that brutality-ish. They broke into her home while she was sleeping, saying that they were searching for narcotics. But then we see that actually the police officer is being very aggressive. He's like profiling, and he's just like, oh, what do you do? How long have you been living in this neighborhood? What do you do for work? Oh, sounds like one of them trash talking sites. Just being very, very rude and aggressive. It really sucked. And then it flips over to Micah and Isaiah, and they're leaving the movies that are now in our. Okay, so y'all, I went to this school, so they were watching a film. So I guess I didn't know that my school did this now, and I don't know if they really do. But the building that they came out of is the what do the Catholic people call it there? It's like the sanctuary, whatever, like where you go in for mass, where you go for mass, like church. And so I was like, oh, they using that building. I didn't know that they do showings of movies in there. I highly doubt that they do. If they do, that is shocking to me. It's right across from the dorms, the freshman dorms for males, called the Mikes. They're laughing and talking about Isaiah going on a date, and Micah talking about, oh, who is the person? He made sure not to say her or him. He said, who are they? Which basically gives an indication that Micah's aware or have some inkling that his friend may be gay. And I think he has that inkling because he's feeling something himself. And Micah's like, yeah, because I want to check him out, make sure that it's all. And the boy's like, you need to worry about them women, basically. Don't worry about all that. What you see is a little piece of jealousy there. Curiosity, but jealousy. It's real cute. I like the progression of how they're bringing out this storyline because it isn't a quick shift. It's not like a, oh, woman, he straight down, bam, he gay. It's like a transition. Let me see how he got to this space where he allowed himself to be with the man. What did this guy offer that he was not receiving? When did the guy enter into his life? What's happening, y'all? I'm gonna get more into it. As we see, the boy came in at a time where Micah needed somebody to listen to him. Trauma isn't. I'm telling you that trauma bonding is a real thing. But we switch over to Prosper, and he's working out with the nurse, and Billy walks in, and they're getting along very, very well. They're laughing. I was so happy to see this, and Billy offers, hey, you know what? How about we have? She says supper. How about we have supper later? You know, and everything. And Prosper like, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Excuse me. She's like, yeah, you can video chat with the children because they've been asking about you. So, great. So Hollywood took Gabe to get a haircut, and we found out from the barber that the police have been looking for Ralph Angel because homeboy is now in jail because they arrested him. Well, Hollywood calls Ralph Angel and lets him know what happened and lets him know that he will not cover for Theo. He's like, I'll cover for you, but I'm not covering for Theo. Like, he's on his own. And that's, look, family do that all the time, but family got to stop. I love my family members to death, but one thing I will let you know, I'm not going to be implicated because of you. Don't do no stupid ish. And if you do, don't tell me about it because I can't. I love you, but I'm not going to lose everything I got for you. So don't do no stupid crap. But then he goes to the hotel to drop off Gabriel, and Celine is very happy about, like, oh, he's so good with you, he enjoys you, oh my god, you know, he has a good man in his life, I wish I had a good man like you. And she tries to kiss Hollywood. Y'all, that is a very you know, he goes off on her and he shames her. Basically, she was ashamed, embarrassed. A lot of individuals who have been through abuse tend to misperceive actions from others. Hollywood being nice to her son and being gentle with them, she's like, how do I thank this man? And the only way she knows to give herself is sexually. She wants that. Let me get a piece of what my son is getting to. Good time. Will that make me feel good like it's making him feel good? Will that make me smile? It is so difficult for women and men who have been abused to truly care for someone without giving up a piece of themselves that is inappropriate in those moments. So, I felt that, you know. But then we go back to Nova and we see what's happening, and the handsome guy, I can't think of his name for nothing, but his sexy self come over there, and he's about to get ready to record, and the police pushes him to the ground, pushes Nova to the ground, and they're harassing them, they're being very nasty, and he's telling over, look at me, don't give into it, look at me, calm down. And then the people on the street start recording, so the police like, shit, we can't be we can't do this now. It's okay, people, nothing going on here. Y'all get up, sit yours. Just this whole like, oh, now we got to straighten up. And that's truly what's happening in life with police. And it's not all police. I want to say it's not all police, and we recognize that. It's the individuals who feel like they had no control, no power in life, who have decided to go into the force because our program is so, y'all, it don't make no sense how quick it is you can be an officer here. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick little bit. I was going to be a psychologist for the prison in Mississippi. I had got the job and everything. It was a great job offer. Was gonna go, but I had to train as a correctional officer first. Y'all, the process, I kid you not, they said I had to go train. I was gonna be gone for, I want to say it was 10 days. 10 days. All I had to do was run around a track one time, run up and down some stairs, run up, do like a little drill, get something, take down, and do like a little obstacle course real quick. Take 3 tests. They said it was gonna be the physical was 1 test and then 2 written tests. Pass that, and I would have been a correctional officer. All I would have had to do after that was go to the shooting range, learn how to shoot, and be done. And I just didn't agree with their policy, because at the prison they were talking about if a prisoner was escaping, what do you do? And the policy, y'all, I kid you not, it is to yell halt, fire a warning shot, and then aim center field to kill them. I couldn't do that. So that's all you have to do to be an officer in the U.S., a correctional officer. That's what you see in this show, and that's the true depiction, I kid you not. But anyway. So they straighten up when they see the people record, and then one of the police came out. I think he said something about Nova's laptop or something like that. Like, I couldn't hear him that good. But we go over, we see Hollywood coming to the house, and he tells Violet about what happened with Celine. And Violet's insecurity starts to come out. Because she's like, well, how did she get so close? Like, what's, oh, we finna have to stop to see her. Like, you could tell she was angry, which she has a reason to be angry. But at the same token, she questioned her man, because how did she get close enough to you to touch you like that? What happened? Did you really do something else? Yeah. But then we see Charlie at the park. She's talking to Davis about being congresswoman and all that stuff, so they have a good conversation. So then we see Michael talking to his bros. They playing cards, they playing spades. Excuse me. And Isaiah comes, and one of the guys get up. He said, all right, I'm finna go, so Isaiah soft ass can sit down or something like that. And they're alluding to Micah and Isaiah being a couple. Yeah, y'all always partner well. Y'all always do something well. Like, they're, alluding to this. And it made me wonder, like, has Isaiah messed with any of them before? But I don't think so, because I think if he did, he probably would have said something. Or maybe if he did, when he started roasting Homeboy, that's probably why he shut up. Because, Isaiah probably done already fondled with him. So, we switch back over, and Hollywood and Vi go to see Celine, but Celine has left. She's bolted. She's gone. Violet is stressed out because she's like, kind of, oh my God, I wish she would have just called. And so this woman is stressed. She's been ashamed. Let me tell you something. When you shame someone, they go back to what they know, which is running, especially if they're a runner. Or they may go back to their abuser, because at least I know this animal versus what I thought you were. Interesting stuff. So they find marijuana in Nova's place, and she lets them know it's medicinal. She has a medical card for it. They don't care. They're taking her to jail. So they put her in a car, and people are recording. So then we go back to Ralph Angel, and he talks to Darla about his job. Well, I was upset. You done stressed this woman out, and she asked him a valid question because they got to knock on the door for food. And she was like, is this what it's going to be? Being scared, like, at every corner. Which makes sense. You have a family at home. We have a baby on the way. And like she said, how many times did I ask you about that money that I like? Ooh, I can tell you, that fragile male ego, I'm telling y'all, I talked about it in other videos, so I ain't gonna even harp on it too much. But yeah. So Charlie gonna meet with Micah as Xavier. They are as Xavier. She informs him about her running for Congress, and he lets her know that basically he's ready for the spotlight, he's supportive, and things of that nature. And she lets him know, like, I may have to run in Cali. And he's wondering, does that have anything to do with his dad? But she's like, no, it's just, that's where she spent most of her time, was in California. She would probably have a better pulling there, and things of that nature. Better vibe. Probably have a better opportunity as well because Louisiana is very Republican and black people there. Technically, if you look, you can look this up. Louisiana has more Democrats registered than Republicans, but a lot of Democrats are black people, and a lot of black people don't go vote. Or the polling has been made harder for us, so they're not voting as much because of how hard it has become. So it's very interesting. But anyway, Michael talks to her about Isaiah, and she's like, "Oh, you should invite him to dinner." You can see that she's kind of like, "Is my son gay?" His best friend, and he talks about Isaiah being gay and how basically how the guys are mean to him. They talk about him and stuff like that. And she lets him know basically, well, baby, if you gay, it's okay. And he's like, Mom, I'm not saying that. But why does it matter if I'm queer or he's queer? And like, we all need a person. We need our person. We need our friends. We need somebody. And he's my friend. He's my bro. So Charlie said something I really liked. She said, some people can't take you in because you're free. Let me tell y'all how powerful that statement is. People who are, when that closed-minded, narrow-minded people, they don't accept anything other than what they know. And freedom is so scary because what is freedom if it's not what I already know? People can't handle it. I loved hearing Charlie saying that. And that is so true. So let me tell y'all something. Getting to know yourself is the best thing you can do for you. Accessing your own freedom. And when you access that, you're going to see people leave you, come to you, and move in so many different type of ways. And it's simply because of that statement. She said, some people cannot take you in. They cannot hold you near. They cannot be around you. They cannot fully accept you when you're free. That was a word. So Billy is eating with Prosper, and Vi comes over with Hollywood with the pie. We see that Billy is a little frustrated, and Prosper pushed his daughter aside basically and was like, Violet and Hollywood could join them when he was having a moment with his daughter. Billy's like, nope, that's okay. And here comes Violet running her mouth. No. Hollywood's like, no, we leaving. Here go Violet. No, we staying. No, Violet, you're leaving. You're pushing a boundary again with family. That borderline family, I'm telling you, that stuff is so toxic. You're pushing boundaries with families. Take your butt somewhere else and deal with your family, Violet. Stop pushing up over here. Go. Yeah, look at my arm. It just looks so thin and flabby. I used to have some string going on there. But whatever. Go, Violet. Just go. So, anyway, I'm happy that Billy finally let it out about Jimmy Dale. And you can see that Hollywood was upset. Prosper act like, oh, he's upset now. Well, Prosper, you should have been mad whenever the stuff happened. When a 30-something-year-old man was saying he's sleeping with your 17, 18-year-old daughter, you should have said something then. And here go Violet. Shocked like she didn't know that could have been a possibility. You a grown woman, you blame a child, or a young adolescent, a launching adult. You blame her instead of confronting or saying something to the man who was whooping up on you and having sex with you. And I know that it was a trauma thing, it was a stress thing. You rather blame somebody else than blame him because you don't want to get yourself knocked down. But don't do that to that child. She was a child. She leave, and Hollywood basically grabbed Violet, and he was upset. I'm pretty sure we're going to see it on the next episode, but y'all, I can guarantee you he's upset because two things. One, look at how you did as a grown woman to a young girl. Two, you still holding on to mess with this woman about a man who was whipping up on you. So what's going on for real? I'm telling y'all, that's going to come up. But anyway, we see Billy at the bar, and Charlie comes in, and, Billy lets us know that she hates whiskey, but she tries to tolerate it and learn to drink it and like it because that's her dad's favorite drink. And, so her and Charlie basically talking. Charlie just let her know that she's a survivor. and provides her with some encouraging words, which I thought was very beautiful. And Charlie is one of the borderlines that I can actually stomach. She don't do too much like the rest of them. Sometimes she get on my nerve, but she's not as bad as them. But anyway, then we go over and we see Nova in jail, and she's praying. That was very powerful. That was a powerful scene right there. And y'all, woo! That was Queen Sugar. I hope y'all liked the review. Please come back and see me again next time. I will be on time. Thank you. I appreciate you, and I'll see y'all again soon. Have a good day.